Hi everybody, Jerry Taggart here. Now be sure to watch Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV by subscribing on YouTube and following them on social media for all the latest Leicester City news and information. Come on you foxes!
Strap yourself in because we're set up, switched on and ready to go.
You are watching and listening to Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV on YouTube and your favourite podcasts. Leicester Till I Die TV, your first choice for everything Leicester City. Tune in and join in now.
Are you ready? I'm saying, are you ready?
Good evening, Foxes fans. How the devil are we? Yes, I'm back. You had approximately an hour and 10 minutes without me, and that's as long as you get. Excuse me. Welcome along. It is the prediction show week 3, and we're going to have a look how we've been doing. But this is Leicester Till I Die TV. We are on Facebook, Leicester Till I Die, the group. Twitter at Leicester TID, and if you are on YouTube, please give us a subscribe, and there we go. Just give us a little bit of a subscribe, tweak me buttons, press me knobs, do everything you like, and everything I like as well, and get subscribing. We are so close to the 1,000 we can taste it. How the devil are you? I didn't realize I'm having one of these moments.
Be serious, man. You cannot be serious!
If I was to say to you, West Bromwich Albion 0, Arsenal 6, what would you say?
Unbelievable, Jeff!
It's true. I can't believe it. Southampton 7-0 up against Newport. Okay, I kind of get that. But Arsenal 6? And that's not 6 in a season. That's 6 in one game. I tell you what, somebody, I think, is having one of these moments. I think it's Melina. Good evening, Melina. How the devil are you? You must be excited. 6 goals one night. What's going on?
Chris, I know this was a prediction show, but I didn't predict Arsenal to score 6 goals in one night, let alone 6 goals in the season. You know what? It's back on Leicester Till I Die. If you guys haven't already subscribed to the channel, do make sure to give it a subscribe. Chris is really close to 1,000 subscribers, so your support would be greatly appreciated.
Really appreciate that, Mel. Thank you very much for that. Yes, I'm going to bring Brad in a second, but 6 in a game, is this the point? And you can't stop smiling, and I wouldn't be, to be honest with you, because you play in West Brom, who, in fairness, are a championship side. They're not like League 2 or Conference or anything like that. So 6-0, let's be honest with you, away from home to West Brom, who recently were a Premier League team. Is this the turnaround that you've been waiting for?
Oh, God, no, Chris. I wouldn't take it that soon. You're a Leicester fan, FA Cup champions. Unforgettable moments for you guys, but no, hopefully Aubameyang, he's finally got back on that score sheet, and hopefully he maintains that going play Man City away. You know, we're a shambles right now, but the boat hasn't sunk just yet. So we're holding on with some hope, but as they say, it's the hope that kills at the end of the day. And you know, looking forward to this season in a way, hoping we get back to Europe. That's like the minimum expectation I have. Whereas you guys have made really great signings this transfer window, and we've spent the most this transfer window. Yet we're still trying to patch up mistakes from last season, right?
Would you take the Europa Conference? I know you were all laughing. You
No,
were laughing
I
at
would not
Tottenham.
take the Europa Conference League.
See, I don't get this because, and I guess, and you know, I can remember where Leicester have come from more recently than Arsenal. You know, you've had a lot more success more recently, but it's Europe. You still play on a Thursday night like you would if you're in the Europa League. I don't get why you don't want there's because Spurs fans are saying exactly the same this season. We don't want, the
Conference League. Yeah, a lot of Spurs fans Spurs obviously are in the Conference League. A lot of them, refused it because, although we had a really poor season considering injuries and players not turning up, Aubameyang, our strikers, having a purple patch. But for me, we're still Arsenal Football Club, and we haven't fallen that far behind. Now, that's not to say I'm so optimistic that we're going to stay up and we're going to win the league and all this nonsense. But I'm just saying that, as Arsenal Football Club, no disrespect to the Europa Conference League now, Chris. I still think, that's not something we want to be in. And I think we should focus on, getting back into proper European competition, because at the end of the day, we don't have a whole 11 that we need to replace, but rather just certain areas that we need to address that we didn't address last season, right?
Yeah. So Craig's in there.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for saying hi to me.
Craig just showing his likeness for role play there, but I don't think we should go there. He must be very happy. Good evening, mate. How are you? And Rob says, evening. The razor is still a blip. Mate, I've had a beard for like 5 years.
I think he got stressed from the Leicester result on Monday, yesterday.
Hey, talking about not being able to have a razor or use a razor at all, let's say good evening to Jesus.
Evening all.
Now, you've lost your razor, haven't you? Hello? I say you've lost your razor.
I think he's frozen.
I thought you said that
to
Mel.
I was
wondering what you said that to. And I was like, what are you talking about? Oh, I was wondering where you were going with that one, mate. I was like, what's he saying that for? What's this secret code I've missed out on here? No, I'm just that lazy when it comes to it, to be honest with you.
I'll be honest if you want me to.
Last season I had a tradition going with it. Well, it only lasted one game this season, so I can't bother. Clearly the beard's not as lucky as I thought. So yeah, but it's good to see that Arsenal found their championship level, beating teams in the championship levels at this early stage of the season.
I mean, hi, Melina.
Hi.
I can't believe you're being nice to me today. For once,
I thought I'd take the pressure off. I thought I'd be the mean one because Chris is normally the Simon Cowell of the group, so I'd just try and be mean, but it's just I can't do it.
I just say, mate, we are on very, very dodgy ground after Monday night, so be careful where you go with
it. At least we lost the top of the league.
Let's give Brad something to talk about, and then he'll leave Arsenal alone. Brad, tell us about this. How's it going? Our prediction league, the long ball.
It's going really well. We have, I believe, 13 members. When I last checked it after the weekend results, I had another blinding weekend, mate. I picked up some big points, and I actually got one of my banker results right. Unfortunately, Miss Melina won't like it for me because I banked on Chelsea beating Arsenal by 2-0, and they did exactly that. So I got 3 points. I got a bit of a bonus point there. The league's looking good. It's quite competitive. There's a few members getting some surprise results in there. And it's just a great app. If you haven't already, go to thelongball.net, sign up for it, drop your usernames down either on the Twitter that Chris will tell you what the Twitter handle is. drop them down in the comments here, or if you're on the Facebook page, drop it down there. Chris will let me know, or I'll see it myself, and I'll get you added to it. It's all just for a bit of fun. It's all just for a bit of laugh. And, it's open to all fans. It's just a Leicester Till I Die league. If you want any other reason to do it, and because you're a Leicester fan, the legend himself, Ian Marshall, uses the app. He's got his own league, and he's joined ours as well. So, yeah, it's just a fun, easy, simple predictions league. If you like your Super Six, it's great. Go and check out the video where we do a bit of a detailed explanation on it, and you get to see it in use there from a recording of me using it on the first week. And yeah, just see if you can out-predict us all there, and see if you can come top of the pots of the predictions league.
Talking about out-predicting, let's have a look at how we're doing in our prediction show league. Well, obviously, we've got Brad, Chris, and we always have a guest every week from a different team. This week, and a great night to have her in when a team's winning 6-0. But I'm afraid I think it might be a bit more back down to earth at the weekend. But if we have a look at how it's going so far, Brad, you're even winning in that. Because let me just bring it up. There we go. Brad's got 10 points. I've got 8 points. And the guests, including Maisie from Devils United, has got 7. So at least I'm not bottoming that. But a couple of games, 5 games, I think, where none of us got it right there, which was the Leeds Everton, the Brighton Watford. We didn't see that one coming. Or the Southampton Man United. I mean, I was expecting another 7-8-0. Spurs Wolves, and obviously West Ham Leicester. Not one of us got that one.
Yeah, not one of us got that one. Right. Yeah, I had another mid-table week, didn't I? I got the first 5 results kind of right, and then the rest of the weekend messed me up. So, but I'm still sitting there top for the time being. That can all go wrong this week with this lot of fixtures, I reckon. But I'm enjoying being top of it. I know how my club feels as well, Chris. So we're used to being top 2, aren't we, mate?
I'm just saying nothing at the moment because we're 12.
Well, look, we're just going to make the most of it while it's still
Roger's out. Roger's out is what I say.
Wow, we'll take him at Arsenal any minute of the day.
I'm joking. Roger's out. Let's get Arteta in. Tell Rogers, get Arteta in. Devils United, Maisie there says, I love using it, and I hope you're not talking about your key rings, Maisie. We'll move on from that. First game, let's get it over with, Melina. Your team,
we're the first game up.
Away to Manchester City. You're winning 6-0 still. Every time I look over at the middle of the screen, I think there's good. Oh, Southampton have got 8-0 up. Now,
hey, maybe Southampton are going to get the first 9-0 their way.
Yeah, Southampton's biggest away win in their 136-year history. But 6-0 tonight. Can you replicate that at the weekend, Melina?
You know what? I'll be honest, as I always am, brutally honest. Although it was a great performance today, we have to be real here. We're playing West Brom, Albion, and I don't see, a win happening. So I'm gonna go for a draw. Hopefully we don't get a battering like Chelsea and Lukaku ripped Pablo Mari apart. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But with Fernandinho and just their players being fit, and with our players, some of our players still not being available, I'm going for a draw, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get spanked. It's an away game. I don't see us, having that same fitness. Now, some of our players are still out, our key links, which are Thomas Partey and Gabriel. Although Gabriel was back in training, he's still out, and I don't see him starting. So I'll go with the draw, Chris.
Right, and I mean, I can say, I think you're doing yourself down a little bit here because, excuse me, like I said, it wasn't long ago West Brom were a Premier League team. I agree, not a particularly good one, but, still to score 6 away from home against that sort of team. I mean, Southampton 8, but, in fairness, it's Newport.
I mean, for me, this is when the season started. I don't know about you guys, but my season started today.
Ask me again on Monday. I'll let you know when our season starts. Brad, what are you going to go for?
See, there is always that occasion where a game where you get I don't know, maybe a West Ham Leicester, and you get overconfident in a certain team winning, and they go and completely capitulate and let you down. Unfortunately for Melina, I don't think it's going to be Man City's turn to have a bit of a wobble. I think, unlike yourself, a lot of Arsenal fans will be reading way too much into this big, hefty win. As good as it is, and against a championship side, a lot of people argue that when you're a team like West Brom fighting for promotion, this cup, you ditch it off as quick as possible. It's going to be great for you. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. But unfortunately, you're 2 games into the season. You haven't picked up a point, and I don't see that changing this weekend. So I'm going to go for the obvious and go for a Man City win. But I don't think you'll get spanked. I do agree with you. I actually don't think you'll get spanked. I think it'll be a close game because Man City are struggling without Aguero, and Kane's a dry and cut case now. He's staying at Spurs. So they've got to rely on a 100 million diver to do their scoring for them. I just can't see it. But I think they'll sneak it 1-0. But yeah, Man City. Me, Chris.
You see, I'm torn on this one because before tonight, I would have had Man City a win, definitely.
Yeah, same here.
But I just think, and I know it's, like I say, people are saying it's not the full West Brom team. They're concentrating on the league, blah, blah, blah. But a win is a win. And
It's still a
6-0
confidence
win.
It's still a confidence.
It's that confidence, you know. And the rumours that are out there at the moment are that Arteta's probably got 2 games left to save his job. So if he's got the dressing room, the players are going to be up for this to do the best for him. And there's no pressure on Arsenal, I honestly don't think. I think Manchester City, they're the one with the £100 million player. Yes, they stuffed Norwich last week, but they've lost one this season. They've lost 1-1, and their win was only against Norwich, which everybody's favourite to go down. And I just think, like you said, you can get overconfident, and the pressure's going to be on Man City to win this. You know, if Arsenal lose this, who would be still? No disrespect, Mel, but everybody would go, yeah, it's still Arsenal. They're still having the same problems. It's kind of expected. So that pressure's on that. So I'm actually not going to go for the Arsenal win. I can't see it being that good, I'm afraid, Mel. But I do agree with you because of the reason I've just said. I think Arsenal may get a draw out of this. And Lacazette is just going to have so much confidence after his hat-trick tonight.
Bemian got the hat-trick, but Lacazette did get on the score sheet. He got a goal.
Yes. And the Baggerman might just be scoring because he knows, he's been linked to a Leicester.
Yeah, gets to promote his goal tally up for an actual European club.
Wow, Brad.
A Baggerman looks lovely in blue, I think. I'm sure I saw a Baggerman wearing a pair of blue trousers once. That must mean that he's going to come to Leicester. Oh, what fun! Well done to Burnley, who managed to beat Newcastle on penalties. That sounds a really exciting game, doesn't it?
That just sums Burnley up, doesn't it? They only won a game on penalties. So sums Burnley up.
Simon at Premier Hotspur is going 3-0 to Man City. Who would have thought you'd have gone for Man City over Arsenal, Simon? Really, really would. And remember, Simon, if you have still got a spare cupboard available, our trophy cabinet's getting a little bit full. So if you've got one you're not using, we could just borrow one. Yeah. Mel, did you know we won the FA Cup? I just thought I'd remind you of that one.
No, I haven't heard that in a while, to be honest.
No, I thought I'd remind you.
and just in case you're mistaken, it is still the Community Shield one, but Chris thinks it's the English Super Cup because of what the Spanish and that call it. So if you don't call it that, we've not won another trophy on top of the Community Shield. He's just trying to rename it.
Look, can I just say, I interviewed.
It's got full screen now.
In fact, let me do.
Chris, you're on mute. I think
you're quite right. I pressed my wrong knob there. I was talking to Talk Sports, Jeff. That's what I wanted to do. Jeff Peters earlier, and I said to him, now he is a broadcaster of many years, a Leicester fan, and I said to him, surely this is the Super Cup, and he totally agreed with me. The winner of the FA Cup playing the winner of the Premier League. It is in any other country would be the Super Cup, and we have said it's the Community Shield. No, it's not. No, it's not. So let me just put that right for you. And if you want to see him say it, it is available on Leicester Till I Die TV on YouTube. Me talking to Jeff Peters. I'm not sure what Brad's doing there, but he's pressing something. So Mel, I'll come back to you. Game number 2. Let's get back on track. Now we've put the record straight about what cups we've won. Brentford, great start, obviously, with that game, but it was their first game. I have got Brentford as staying up. I've got to be honest with you. I think they're going to be the surprise package. Villa, are they going to be that good without Jack Grealish?
I don't see, Brentford, I think I agree with you, Chris. I think they might be the dark horses to stay up. Although they haven't been performing as well, and we haven't seen much of even Tony. I think a lot of people are giving him one more chance this game week. Now, Villa without Jack Grealish are really struggling, but keep in mind they do have Danny Ings. And Danny Ings, as long as he doesn't get injured, we know what he can offer. Now, although I'm speaking in a bit of terms in relation to FPL, I still think, should I say a draw again? Not really. I'm going to go for a Villa 2-1 Aston Villa. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Who's the home
Villa
team?
win.
Yeah, Villa win.
Yeah. Okay, so Brentford are 8th, Villa are 10th. I mean, even at this stage, mid-table clash. That's probably where they're probably going to both be sort of ending up. Villa beat Newcastle. Then again, you've got to expect them to, no disrespect to Newcastle, but they lost on the opening day to Watford. So I suppose it depends which Villa turn up.
Yeah, true. But I've always argued the fact that I'd rather, if you gave me the choice on the opening game of the season to play a newly promoted side or the likes of Man City, I'd actually rather play Man City because there's no expectation on you to win them games. Like you said, in accordance to Arsenal's record at the moment, there's more pressure on Man City to win the game than Arsenal. It's kind of the same. It was kind of the same for the opening game when they played Watford. When Villa played Watford, there was a lot of expectation. I actually think Villa are technically and in terms of depth and quality better off without Jack Grealish. Yeah, they lost the opening game of the season, but by God, has Danny Ings probably scored contender for goal of the season. With that bicycle kick was phenomenal. I think this is the start of Villa where they maybe show their credentials to maybe push Arsenal and Spurs and ourselves for them European spots a bit more fiercely than they did when they fell off at the halfway point of last season. I think this is going to be every promoted team needs that game where they're probably more expected to get a result from it because they're probably expecting to get a result off a Villa and a Newcastle sort of side. And this is probably where they get the first big dent to their Premier League dream. And we're going to see how they react from this result. And I'm going to go for a comprehensive Villa win. I actually think Villa are going to win this easy. And this will be like Brentford's first big test that didn't come in the first game of the season, which, and the second game was pretty good for them as well. They got 4 points. They didn't expect that, if Brentford fans being honest. But I think this is their first wake-up call, and that's why I'm backing Villa to win it.
I see what you're saying, and they will get a wake-up call at some point. But I think at the moment they're still... And you've got to think that Arsenal are a really, let's face it, they're one of the what we like to, what actually Jeff Peters rechristened, not the big six, but the rich six. So to beat them, and sorry to keep mentioning this, Mel, but to beat them in the first game, that I think is going to have a bigger effect than people realise. And I think it will carry on for quite a few games. And I think maybe when they come up against a Man City or a Chelsea, and when Chelsea played Arsenal the other day, I don't think there's many teams in this league that could have got anything from that game. Chelsea were just on fire. But I honestly think I'm going for the draw again. I know it sounds boring, but I'm going to go for the draw because I think this is one that Brentford will. Aston Villa won't have slipped into gear yet, and they've got Ings, and we know what Ings can do. It's still early though; it's still only the third game, so I think Brentford will get something out of this. Brighton and Hove Albion, Mel, they are sitting very nicely in fourth place. We know it's not going to last, obviously, against Everton with Rafa, who've won and drawn one, so they've got 4 points. How do you see this one going?
So, with all due respect, that's probably the only time Brighton are going to see themselves that high in the table.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't be saying that. I'm an Arsenal fan. I don't know where we're going to be. But, Brighton, Duffy is the only good player that stands out for me. But let's have it right. I think Everton will do really well. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is a player that's stood out for them extremely well. And I'd give another mention to Richarlison. Everton are hit and miss, though. I don't want to go for a draw. So I'm going to go for Everton win. Right. And yeah, I can't see Brighton getting a result out of it.
Would you agree with that, Brad?
No, actually, I don't. I think we know full well that the appointment of Rafa Benitez, though a logical one for obvious reasons in rivalry terms, has still divided the Everton fan base. And in the weirdest sort of way, there always seems to be a group of fans that if they don't take to a manager, that it's almost like they're itching for a reason to bash the manager. And I
thought, well,
yeah, quite right. That's quite a fair statement. I actually think Brighton are going to be one of them teams that maybe have a good half of the season, and then we see them eventually fall out that bracket. But I would not be surprised if Brighton at home have actually got a half decent record. They're quite stubborn at times, and this is one of them games where I think Everton will probably dominate it. They'll have better chances, and they'll walk away frustrated with a 1-0 defeat. I think Brighton are winning this one. I really do. I've got a funny feeling this is going to be the game that gets people going, yeah, see, Liverpool, that's why we don't like him. He's crap. He's not that. And that's what will be the start of. He's got an uphill battle managing them, Rafa, to win them round. And I think this is one of them results that will do him no favours, even though they've had a strong start to the season.
I'm going to disagree with you, Brad. And I
you always do,
mate. I always do. I find you very disagreeing. What can I say? I actually, I don't know how Brighton stay up season after season. They are sort of the Wigan of, the current area. But I think Rafa was a great appointment. Rafa has got no association with Liverpool. He wasn't a Liverpool lad with, so why, just because he's managed somebody else? I mean, we look at Wes Morgan. He used to play captain Nottingham Forest. Yet we would have his babies. So
yeah, but we've got brain cells. Some Liverpool fans don't. That's the difference. that's where it all stems from. Let's be honest. That's where this all stems from, and it's the media.
Very stereotypical here, but no, I get it. But I just think he's inherited a good squad because let's face it, under Ancelotti, then they did build a good squad up, but he hadn't quite got them sort of, firing on all cylinders. And I think Rafa could be the man that will do that. And I think he'll add to that. And I think he'll make it. I think he'll do well for Everton. I can see them in that top 6 this year. And I'm going to agree with Mel. And I'm going to go for a Everton away win here.
And this is why I'm top, because you just get suckered in by the guest with the smile on it. First it was Dan's smile, and it was the laugh, and now it's sympathy for the Arsenal. What was going on, Chris? Where have you gone? You got lovely Melina on here with her passion and joy and their Arsenal ways, and you're not learning from your mistake.
It's Dan's ginger beard and bald head. That's what it
Yeah, I get it going every time, doesn't it? That's why you call
Gotta give that a mention, right, Chris?
He's my brother from another mother, Dan. I'll tell you. I hope you had a happy birthday yesterday, Dan. By the way, the big 3-0.
Yeah, I hope you had a great birthday, Dan.
Yeah, happy birthday, mate. I had a good one.
He's old enough to be my child, and if he was, I'd have had him drowned at birth. I'll tell you. Jamie says 1-1 draw.
Not fancying Everton away.
Ankit, I can relate to it. Benitez coming to us after that JM rivalry period. Hated him even though he wouldn't. And I don't get how you can hate a manager that wins you a major trophy. I don't understand it. As much as I don't like Puel, had he got us into Europe, had he won something for us, I would have loved him. And Ankit, yeah, thank you very much, mate. Smash the likes and great panel. Thank you, Ankit. Right, Mel. Newcastle United, well, Southampton, who are doing well themselves. Let me just check and see whether they've managed to match the 9. No, it all finished. Southampton 8, Newport 0, and Arsenal 6, West Brom 0. Those are the 2 results. Can Southampton repeat it at the weekend, Mel?
Newcastle aren't doing too well. The only player that stands out for me from them are Wilson and Joe Willock, one of our own that we gave to Newcastle. I think Southampton. Pardon?
He's a good player.
Why did we sell him?
Yeah.
I think.
You saved me asking the question.
Sorry, I think that the situation with Joe Willock was, I think he wasn't gonna get a starting spot in the squad, and that's what he wanted. So at the end of the day, it was, the fact that we had to get rid of them to bring in new players. And there's a lot of players here who don't even want to play for us that are still here. And, going on to the game, I think, Newcastle, although they might be able to pull something off at home, I still think Southampton will do justice. Livramento is a really great defender for them and has proven them so well. He's doing really well for them. But then again, Newcastle have home advantage. Now, with home advantage and fans back, have Newcastle really done much this season? No, not so far. It's so sad to have to put Arsenal and Newcastle in the same breath, because that's how awful it was before the 6-0 performance today. Chris, I'm actually going to go with the Southampton win away. So I'm going to go with a home defeat for Newcastle.
Okay, and Brad?
You know what? I think this might be one that we end up all going the same house for this one, because we remember at the start of the season, Chris, when we quickly ran through the sides around us, didn't we, like Southampton and that, and they've had their team torn apart. Ings has gone. We took 2 players. We took Bertrand and Jan Vestergaard. The only saving grace they had was they kept Ward-Prowse, who signed a new deal. A lot of people, I'm not sure about you, Mel, but with predictions, probably predicted Southampton struggle this season.
Yeah,
and they're doing really well. They've had a surprising start, and maybe they're thriving off hearing that talk of people already relegating them before a ball was kicked. It might have spurred them to do well. Chris, do you remember Craig Levine, Leicester manager? I don't want to, but do you remember him?
God, twice in a night. I had to talk about Craig Levine with Jeff Peters.
Hear me out.
No.
I think you just brought up Leicester PTSD for Chris.
I did for me as well, though. I'm struggling through this, Mel. But no, Chris, come on, back with me. Reel you in, because it goes back to a point that you just made discussing about Joe Willock. Do you remember his parting gift was he signed Fryer, he scored a hat trick, and then he got sacked because he was crap? I feel like Steve Bruce has made the signing that Newcastle fans wanted all along in Joe Willock, but it'll come too late. And I think this is where Ashley swings the axe. I think Southampton win and Bruce is out. I honestly think this will be it. This will be the defeat that breaks the camel's back, and he will be bored. He will be put out of misery, and Newcastle fans will rejoice at Steve.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
Great use for it. I
You
like
deserve
it,
that
mate.
just for bringing Craig Levine up.
I know, right? Mate, I nearly threw up trying to remember them days. It sent me a bit nauseous, but I had to use it as a point to cleverly lead to me telling you that Southampton were going to win this game.
Yes. You didn't need to do that, really. Well,
I know, but I like to show off,
you
mate.
did.
I like to
You
show
did
off.
actually say that we're all three going to go the same here, and
I was thinking, but I'm guessing not now. You said that.
no, because I mean Southampton have actually signed a defender, and I had no idea who it was, but I was reading they have signed a defender today. Excuse me, to replace Vestergaard. No, I mean Melina said, it's bad versus bad here, really. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those games. You look at it, it's got 0-0 written all over it. It's probably going to be last on match of the day. This all said it'll probably be looking like 5-4 or something. Newcastle have got something because they were, up at 2-1 up against West Ham for a little bit. But Southampton, they've lost and drawn one. Newcastle have drawn two. I'm going to have to go, I'm going to have to go for a draw. I think it'll be a 0-0, to be honest with you. But I'm going for a draw, guys. I have to disagree with both of you. I respect your opinion, although you're both wrong. This will come back and bite me on the bottom, won't it? And Mel's just, I think, drifting off thinking about roundabouts there. But
no, I'm thinking about the next game, actually. I'm thinking about the next game. The only reason because it's not my fixture, it's actually the fixture that you guys should be winning. But will you guys bottle it like Monday?
Bottle it.
No,
Coming from Brentford
that was
2
Brendan.
Arsenal.
That's what I was thinking about, by the way.
No, we planned for this game. We knew we'd give West Ham some hope of European football, so we sent Operation Perez on for that game. It's all part of Brendan's
so you're saying
plan.
you'll turn up for the away fixture, yeah?
No, probably not. But
that was the only good thing that came out of Wednesday is that we don't have Perez for 3 games. In fact, can I say Jeff Peters summed Perez up brilliantly because he said Iosi Perez is not as bad as the majority of Leicester fans think he is, but he's not as good as Brendan Rodgers thinks he is. And that, to me, sums Perez up beautifully. Brad, I'm going to break this, Brad. I'm going to come to you first because it is Leicester. We're going to get back to winning ways.
Yeah, there's no Perez. It's a party. Let's go. This is Norwich look like a team that, all the hype around their return to the Premiership, they're scaring me because they look like they're on for a derby, and I don't mean like a rival fight. I mean they're gonna try and see if they can get less than 11 points. They've been getting the absolute stuffing kicked out of them. Granted, the first 2 opening games aren't easy, but it's not easy to bounce back from that. And do you really want to come up against a Leicester side when they've just had that done to them? Leicester have one thing that they can continue from last season. I wouldn't like to be Norwich at the weekend because Leicester always found a way to bounce back, didn't they, last season? And I think we continue the trend. I think it's a comfortable away win. I really do. I think Norwich are going to be disaster this season. I really do.
Mel, played 2, lost 2, 8 conceded, no goals scored 4. Can you see Norwich springing a surprise? I mean, West Ham wasn't a surprise in fairness because they did the double overs last season.
Yeah, West Ham was not a surprise. Antonio's on full form, and we all know with Antonio, as long as he's not injured, what that guy's capable of. He's very much so a threat. Now, going on to Norwich, I'll be honest, as much as I want to banter you guys, I don't see Norwich getting a win, although they're playing at home. And although you guys are playing away, I still think your players will turn up. Now, the only concern with me is, will you keep a clean sheet? Probably not. But I am going for a Leicester away win. So a Norwich home loss.
Oh, we love you, Mel.
But it's not because I'm on camera with 2 Leicester fans. It's more it's more so the check that comes after.
Well, of course,
Check, you get more than me, man. It's paying you more than me. I get paid nothing per hour.
And that's still too much.
No,
I still get taxed.
Hey, I've got to be honest with you. Guess who got a tax refund today? Hey.
Hey, look at you.
Oh wow! Well, you might
Yes,
as well
very,
send that
very
my
nice
way.
one. Very nice one. But anyway, I Leicester apparently have been linked with another defender or a player that's going to come in and play in our defence. It is actually Antonio's cardboard cutout from the other night, but I think he could probably do better in defence than Amati and Soyuncu did the other night. So if we could fill our back four with cardboard cutouts, we'd be doing all right.
I'm definitely hoping Vestergaard's back. I'm hoping that was just a little nickel.
I do hope he's back. I can see Norwich scoring because I just think Leicester at the moment we've always conceding a goal in us. We've got that in us to concede a goal. But will he make changes up front? Will we see Daka start? Will we see Samari come on? Brendan's going to want to see a turnaround in performance. I think there's a lot of players out there. When you look and say, first of all, that your man of the match is your goalkeeper, that kind of sums it up straight away. And when you look at our man of the match got less points than the opposition's worst rated player, that's another thing that sums it up. So those players, and I'm including the likes of Ndidi and Tillemans and Vardy, and nobody came out of that, as we said the other night, Brad, after the game, nobody came out of that with any, can say like, oh, at least this one player played well. So the players have got a lot to prove as well. I think Norwich is the game. It's great to follow with Norwich. It's the one we need now. And if we lose to Norwich or don't beat Norwich, then maybe we've got to start thinking what we're going to be doing this season. So I'm going to have to say it's going to be a Leicester win. And if it isn't a Leicester win, we might just have to start reevaluating what we're going to get out of the season because Wolves weren't convincing.
If we don't beat Norwich, we're going to have to start trying reverse psychology and saying we're going to lose each week.
That's what I do with Arsenal. It doesn't work though.
Well, just to let you know for this game that I've gone for on the prediction league on LeicesterTillIDie.com with the ex-players. I've gone for a 2-0. Steve Walsh, I'm just waiting to get back to me. Ian Marshall's gone 1-0 Leicester. Steve Lynix, bless him, has gone 2-0 to Norwich. But he does do the reverse psychology. So Ian Wilson's gone 2-0. Jerry Taggart's gone 2-1, both to Leicester. So we shall see. Scott's just saying here, surprised Miss Melina's not been watching Arsenal.
I did watch it.
I still get all season. She had it on. And like I say, Scott, credit where credit's due. I think that's a better result than a lot of people are going to give them credit for. So well done. Melina, let's have a look at the next game. West Ham United versus Crystal Palace.
Yeah, so considering West Ham are on really good form right now, and a player last season that I want to give a special shout out to is Said Benrahma. Now, this player is someone we know who previously played at Brentford, and he's been bossing it. He's playing in that same position as Jesse Lingard, getting a lot of minutes and really proving his haters wrong. And West Ham are nailed on form right now with Antonio, Kufal, and Benrahma. I just don't see Crystal Palace with a one-man show of Zaha doing anything. So I am going for a comfortable home win. No doubt about it. Now, if I get proved wrong, all this goes out the window. But I'm going for a home win.
As indeed it is. Spurs there. I think Brad may have gone.
No, I'm still there. I just took my camera off because I'm typing. You'll understand in a minute. I'm typing.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll come to you in a second. I'll go for this one then, just while you're finishing that off, mate. I'm going. Everybody's going for the West Ham win. After the way they played against us, I can't see this being any other way. I know. Palace are. I think they're going to struggle. I think they could even maybe go down. I mean, at the moment they've played one, lost one, drawn one. They've got a manager who can't has no experience in the Premier League. They've lost a lot of the good players. Zaha, you can't rely on him all the time. I've got an easy West Ham win here. I really have. So I'm going to have to agree with you. And whilst I go away and read my message, I'm going to pass over to Brad and see whether you agree, disagree, or go for the draw.
No, I don't rate Crystal Palace. I've not rated them for a while. I've been a pure believer that there's been two reasons that Palace have stayed in the Premiership for as long as they have, and it's Roy Hodgson and Zaha. And if Zaha's not interested, which he wasn't for about 70% of last season, Patrick Vieira, what's he doing as manager? What is that all about? That's more left wing than anything I've ever seen in my life. This is easy. West Ham have scored 8 goals in 2 games. They're going to absolutely batter them. Absolutely batter them. West Ham all day long, mate. But if this ain't give Patrick Vieira manager of the month if he pulls out a victory, because I don't get it. He's got no credentials. He's almost, you know what? It's almost insulting seeing managers get jobs like this at this level when there's managers that work their knackers off to get an opportunity. I'm sorry, I'm just having a little rant there, but it really gripes me that there's managers like that, and it's no just. I'm sorry that it obviously you might feel like it includes yourself in this with Arteta, Mel, but the likes of Lampard and that getting jobs off their past football winds me up. They've got no credentials to do it. They've got no managerial experience, and that's probably even more why I'm happy that Crystal Palace are having a miserable season and I hope they go down. Appoint a manager with brain and experience. I don't get why you do it when your club's in turmoil.
Mel, that is Brad making his answers shorter.
Yeah, would be.
Brad's just messaged me saying, I'm going to have to make my answers quicker and shorter. I could get off tonight. And then we have that. Nice one,
then
Brad.
I realised what game I was talking about, and this Hulk built up and went, let me speak about it because you know you're annoyed by it.
David, saw you on West Ham panel yesterday, was disgusted with online fans' behaviour, left early, such a toxic environment. Glad you cut out when you did. Better shout was West Ham show you did with the young lad. To be honest with you, David, I could not see a lot of what was going on because, as I do with my guests, I don't allow them to see the conversation in case there's anything nasty. I only saw the one come up, which I actually pulled the guy up on, and the West Ham fans. All I will know is that the West Ham fans that were presenting the show were a great bunch of lads, made me very welcome. I've done a couple with them over the weekend, and I was gracious in defeat, I think. And it was a great show to be on. So that's all I can judge it on because I probably didn't see a lot of the comments. So, Mel,
it's a big game.
Liverpool-Chelsea, the big game of the weekend, really.
I think it's the biggest game, really, of the weekend, as you said. And Liverpool are playing at home, comfortable. Salah didn't turn up last game week. Hopefully he does this game week. Simple. I'm going for a Liverpool home win. Anfield is a different environment. And Chelsea, although, they got an easy win, it was Arsenal. No disrespect to the club I support. But we have to be real here. I know Lukaku is on a good form, but can he do it against Virgil van Dijk? I don't think so. Liverpool are coming in for really strong form, and Salah is a Ballon d'Or contender, fighting to get a spot in that Ballon d'Or this season. So I'm going to go for a comfortable Liverpool home win.
Whoa. Okay. Brad?
I'm going to go complete opposite because I've seen Lukaku bully players of Van Dijk's calibre all his career. He's severely underrated. I don't get why Man United fans want him out of United. I would have took him at Leicester when he was neglected by the Premier League. And I think Lukaku's going to absolutely hammer Liverpool. I think he could get a hat-trick in this game. Chelsea win.
Oh, good evening to Beyond the 90 LCFC. Always nice to see different Leicester channels popping on. Do get over and give them a subscribe. It's a great channel. Spurs have gone 2-1 to Chelsea. As Beyond the 90 says, Chelsea is going to be the one to watch. I think Chelsea will pip it. Scott's gone for a Liverpool draw.
That's a good draw for Liverpool, isn't it? He's put a bank on him.
Wow,
I know what's happened.
That's interesting.
I know what's happened. Jurgen Klopp signed up to the longball.net and he's put a banker on Liverpool draw so he gets more points for it. That's what he's done, because that's what you'll get if you sign up to longball.net and join the Leicester Till I Die League. I'm just plugging it away, mate. I've joined you on that one.
Oh God, no! I think it just made me laugh. I think he means the Liverpool game, but I was saying it's like the Americans when they beat England. Oh, I'm going back to the 1950s now.
Oh, wow, I wasn't even born.
I wasn't. What do you mean, you cheeky sod?
He was 10 years old. He's lying to you.
It's a class headline is that it was 1-1 America-England, and the American newspapers put America won 1-1. I mean, that's up there with Scott. But I've got to agree with Brad, I'm afraid. I've got it as a Chelsea win. I can't see anything other than that. If they play like they played against you, Mel, and I'm not just saying it because you're here, nobody could have. I don't think anybody would have stood a chance against that Chelsea team. Leicester, Man City would have struggled. Chelsea, it was a pleasure to watch them. And Lukaku, he's hit the ground running, hasn't he? What you want when you spend £100 million is, well, 94 million, but is them to get a goal in the first game. So, Anki, we're not just saying this because you're in, but I'm going to go for the Chelsea win as well. And we are looking now. Oh God, another one here. Burnley, Leeds United. Mel, bottom of the table.
Burnley, I don't see much going on with them. Leeds are in good form. Some special mentions from Leeds. Rafinha looked really, really good the last game week. Although they got battered in that first fixture by Man United, I think Leeds are doing well. I'm going to go for a Leeds away win and a Burnley home defeat.
I know where you're coming from, Brad.
Leeds are a bit hot and cold, aren't they? They either concede a lot or score a lot. So, and knowing my disdain for Burnley's typical style of football and my impression of their manager that a few people have heard on Sean Dyche, because he always mentions a shoestring budget, it winds me up. I'm going to keep predicting it, I reckon, until it happens. Boring draw. It's going to be a Burnley game at Turf Moor, and I'm going to go for, I think it'll be full of goals, surprising enough, but I think this will be the one where we finally get the draw right. It won't be 0-0, but it will be a draw. So yeah, cut me down the middle. I'm going for a draw, mate.
I will put you down the middle, but only the once. Scott's got Burnley to win 3-1. Ankit's got Burnley still not so weak at home. I can see a draw. Simon has gone for 1-1 as well. I'm going with, I think, I was surprised at how Burnley did last season. I thought they'd do better. And everybody knows I've got kind of a soft spot for Burnley. I lived there for 20 odd years. All my kids were born in Burnley. They're not like my second team as such, but I do always keep a lookout for them. And it's nice when we play them because usually we win. But they flirted with it last year. They were lucky to stay up. With West Brom having such a bad running at the end. I think this could be the season when we actually see Burnley go down. They haven't got the squad.
Don't let Danla hear that.
Well, they haven't, in fairness. They haven't, no major signings. And I say major signings, but I think they've started off badly, Burnley. They've played 2, lost 2, 3 goals conceded. Well, 4 conceded, 1 scored. I just think they are really, really going to struggle. And Leeds are Leeds. You know what you're going to get with Leeds. They play the one way. They play Leicester circa 2015-16. They go for it. And I just think it's going to be a typical War of the Roses, this, and I am going to go with a away Leeds win. Sorry, Dan, if you're still watching. I'd say it would make your hair drop out, but you haven't got any. But there we go. I've gone for the Leeds win. Mel, Spurs, Watford.
Spurs are at home. Spurs are at home, and although I'm an Arsenal fan, we have to be logical here in terms of the fixtures and put the rivalry aside. Spurs are doing well, and since Harry Kane is staying, I'm assuming he'll be playing this game. Harry Kane and Son are unstoppable, and with Watford, no disrespect to them, they have some all right players, but it's just looking like Spurs are gonna batter them, and I'm going for a Spurs home win.
Oh God, you could feel how much that hurt you to say that now.
Hopefully, this doesn't get clipped.
I'm going to do it now. Brad?
You know what? Just because Spurs fans in the last month have gone from let Kane leave, don't hold him hostage, he's a hero, so screw you, Kane, you're a knobhead, God, we hate you, we can win without you, to oh, we love you because you're staying. Watford for the win. I hope they piss all over his parade on his return. I really do. I'm only doing it for pure annoyance at how their fans have been so fickle with him. You know, we give banter to Spurs all the time, and I know this isn't all Spurs fans, but to those majority that have swayed more times than a easy person on a night out, I won't genderize it or get his compromise, Chris, don't worry. But the way they've gone from let him leave, we want him, he's a hero, he should be off to lead trophies, to the slight mention of the move, to F him, we can win without him, to now him saying he's staying, only because Man City won't pay 150 million, let's face it, is now a hero again. No, sod you. I hope his parade gets ruined, and I hope Watford win this game. And I never thought I'd say that after that playoff defeat. But yeah, sorry, Watford win.
Bradford Perkis, Brad Perkis, Sky Sports News.
I've just done a mini Keegan, ain't I? There, I'd love it. If they
You'd love it.
Did it for you, mate.
Yeah, I must go. I will go back and beep the bid bits after that, after the end of the show. You know, there's so I don't know, Ankit. Apparently, the stars at Spurs aren't happy with Nuno's way of training. New manager comes in. You know, let's be honest with you, they've got to be happier with him than they were with Jose. So who knows? Despite Brad's rant, I'm going to completely disagree with him. Kane is stopping because Kane isn't being allowed to go. It's not that he wants to stop.
Daniel Levy hasn't let him, really. They denied.
No, he hasn't.
150 million bid. Ridiculous.
And I think Kane, knowing that he just signed a new contract without a release clause in, to then go and say, I want to leave, I'm like, you got any brains? You're not going to let you go because, I mean, Spurs have, you know, all right, they've won without him, but he is Tottenham. And, you know, you've still got to think, I see where Kane's coming from. You know, we've got a 19-year-old, Luke Thomas, that's got 2 more medals than Harry Kane, who's been playing for how many years? So he is frustrated, but I just wonder if he's going to be giving his best, you know. Hopefully he will be, but I can't see past the Tottenham win. I'm banking on Kane being professional enough to say, yeah, while I'm here, I'm going to give it my best. You know, I don't know, but I'm going to go and say it's going to be a Tottenham win because they're playing Watford. If they were playing, you know, a Man City or something like that, who knows? Premier Hotspur TV. We've now offered Kane a massive contract. Well, let's see. He's only just signed one, so excuse me. Is it going to make him want to stay anymore? And Heather, no, it's not past my bedtime because you can't. When your own daughter trolls you on.
Oh, I hope you're well, Heather.
Oh, just so you know, Mel. I'm not sure if I read it right, but the draw for the next round of the cup's been made.
AFC Wimbledon.
I was about to say, I believe you've got AFC Wimbledon and Man City have got Wickham. Oh. So we don't talk about Wickham Wanderers on this group. It's bad memories. So we'll just let you know that at least you already knew that you got AFC Wimbledon in the next round.
More than that, who have Leicester got?
I didn't see it. It's only the notification. If I'd have clicked on it, I'd have disappeared into another dimension, mate. So I don't know who we've got yet. Knowing our luck, we've probably got Spurs in the cup now. I've said that.
No, God! Millwall away. Oh, great.
Right.
fuck's sake. Oh, God.
No. Right, no, we'll play no defence for that because we can't risk anyone getting injured. So we'll put our reserve goalkeepers at the back for that game and take the loss. I ain't having Millwall coming around knocking our
Don't
defenders.
knock the ball out for a Leicester throw because none of our players will want to take throw-ins.
Yeah.
But Millwall away, couldn't you just see that coming? Right, last game. Brad, we'll come to you first because I know you've got to rush off, so we'll let you do this and then you can pop off if you need to. Wolverhampton Wanderers against Manchester United. Are we having a rant on this one as well?
I wonder how Manchester United are going to release their 6-day DVD of being top of the league and win the Premiership. You know what I mean? They beat Leeds 5-1 and all of a sudden Sky remembered who they were and were talking about them winning the title this year, and now all of a sudden they draw one game and no one cares about them again. I'm going to say a draw, mate. I think Wolves are a good side. I was impressed with them against us, apart from Traore, who even Wolves fans admit can't finish his dinner, let alone his chances on a football pitch. But genuinely, they're a sturdy side, and I think at Molineux, I'm going to back them to get a result from this, and that's why I'm going for a draw.
Traore's been linked somewhere today, hasn't he?
Yeah, to the baby oil factory at Johnson's.
That's just your dream, mate. That's just your dream. No, he has been linked with another team.
I haven't heard anything.
Anyway, Brad, I've got that. If you need to rush, that's brilliant. Thanks for popping on.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it, mate. It's purely because of work things. Tomorrow, I've just got to get a few things done.
No, that's fine. That's fine. And I will see you Monday night. Hopefully, we'll be discussing the Norwich win.
I hope not. I hope we're not discussing the Norwich win.
I was waiting to see whether you'd sit in that.
Yeah, you nearly had me. You nearly had me. I'll give you that. I nearly went yes, mate, and then I thought, hold on, it's a Norwich win.
I tell you what, I do predict it will be a City win.
Oh, there we go again. Yeah. And I'm sure the victory will come away from the King Power as well.
Yeah. All right, mate. Take care.
I'll see you guys later. Lovely to see you as well, as always.
Take care, Brad.
Yeah. Look after yourselves.
Take care.
It's Spurs that are in talks with Traore. That's right. Thank you, Simon. I know it was, and I couldn't remember who it was. Right, Mel. So, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Manchester United.
Yeah, Wolves, Man United. Should be an interesting game. You know, I don't think it's going to be that easy for Man United to keep a clean sheet. But Man United, considering the form they're on, with how well Pogba has been doing, Mason Greenwood as well. I know Bruno Fernandes didn't turn up last game week, but I think Man United will take the away win. So I'm going to go for a Wolves defeat at home.
And I'm going to be totally honest with you. I will agree with you as well.
That's a first.
I know. Don't clip that one. Hey, I agreed with you, Brighton and Hove Albion Everton.
Oh, okay. Oh, we have two agreements on this live stream and an Arsenal win. Wow. Yeah.
But hey, no, that's interesting. So what we've got here, we've got a couple of us have gone for the Arsenal draw against Man City. Thinking Villa are going to beat Brentford, except myself. We've got a couple of us. Everton will get an away win at Brighton. Southampton will get the away win at Newcastle. We've all gone for Leicester City Norwich, which worries me because we all went for Leicester City against West Ham. So, yeah, I'm not exactly overjoyed with that. We all went for West Ham against Palace. Majority of us went for a Chelsea-Liverpool win, as we did indeed for Leeds away at Burnley. Spurs to beat Watford, more of us went for, and like you've just seen, Man United against Wolverhampton Wanderers. So we will see how we do. Scott's gone 6-0 Man United.
Oh, wow, clean sheet.
No, that's
a high-scoring game.
It is. I'm not sure. Remember how Wolves were unlucky against us, but there we go. Mel, thank you so much, and thank you to Simon here who says great stream. Thank you, great scream. That's if we lose to Norwich. Great stream. I can't do 2 shows in a night. I tell you, I really can't. It wears me out. Mel, you do a lot of fantasy football. give a shout out to your stream and how people can find you.
Yes, thank you so much for having me on your show today, Chris. It's been a while since I last came on this show. I think when I last came on here, Arsenal were still a mess, but we're still a mess now, but we have a win here. So
I haven't known you that long.
But no, if you guys want to check out my channel, it's just called Miss Melina, and I do fantasy football content in relation to your fantasy Premier League teams, along with Arsenal post-match reviews.
Ignore the Arsenal content, but do get on there. Fantasy football, some great shows on there, all the way from Canada. So make sure you go over, and you've just hit the 2,000 subs. So well done, Mel.
Thank you so much.
Well done on that. But don't ever ask her about roundabouts, because that just confuses her. Mel, thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate it with the time difference and everything. Good luck against Man City, and well done on tonight. Knowing our luck, we'll get you in the next round.
No, thank you so much for having me on today, Chris, and I'll chat to you later.
It's brilliant. Thanks very much. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks so much to Mel. Do please check her channel out. Miss Melina, like I say, she is an Arsenal fan, but she is an honest Arsenal fan. She's a realistic Arsenal fan, to put it that way. But if you want to know anything about fantasy football, she knows it. I've got to be honest with you, she knows it. I can't be doing fantasy football, David, thank you both for a great show. Thanks very much, Brad, too. Glad to be part of the audience. Thanks for popping in, David. It was great having you here. And Scott, please subscribe to the channel. We are about 46, I think it is, off the 1,000. Excuse me. If we can get to the 1,000, that would help the channel grow. And it is. So, thanks for joining us. It's been a great show. Let's see how many of those we get right. And if you are in the league, don't forget the long ball. You don't have to, like we do, you don't have to, it's not a fantasy game. You literally just predict the scores. So I went 3-0 Chelsea Arsenal, for example. I got it wrong, got 2-0, but I still get a point. So it's just predicting the scores. It is a good laugh. So please make sure you get over there, sign up, and then message me at lcfc on Twitter, and we can add you to our league. I'm going to be back. Thank you, Ankit, for that. Very good show format. Thank you, Ankit. I might be back tomorrow, but I might not. I'm trying to get a guest lined up to come on and do a bit of a special with me. I'm struggling at the moment. If I'm on, you'll see it linked on Facebook. You'll see it linked on Twitter. Otherwise, Friday, 7 o'clock, Steve Lynix will be joining us. Yep, running down the wing. He probably still is running down the wing. I love that team. Steve Lynix crossing over for young Ian Lineker. What a team. But Steve Lynix is joining us Friday, 7 o'clock for the preview show for the Norwich games. Thanks, guys, for joining us. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you 7 o'clock on Thursday. Take care. Stay safe. Don't do anything I won't enjoy. Goodbye now.
Hello, Matt Elliott here. Be sure to watch Leicester Till I Die TV on YouTube and follow all their social media platforms for all the latest updates and news on Leicester City Football Club.
Thanks for watching Leicester Till I Die. This is Chris saying goodbye, and see you next time.
To an end. But the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. us next time.